Hello, my book besties, it's Dano, and today I'm very excited because I'm going to be doing my Orilium TBR. That's right, we are back for another year and it is time to jump into the spring semester. I am also really excited because I have previously been working on completing and getting up to date with all of Orilium, and because it's been going for 4 years. This is the 5th year, I think. I have already mastered 2 subjects, so I'm going to be moving on to a new subject, a new research thing to study. My character is very motivated in learning as much as she can, so I have previously done necromancy and godseer callings, and now I'm going to move on to the alchemist calling because I just want to know everything there is. And Alchemist is one of the ones that has the most amount of prompts. So I may regret this come September and the autumn semester, but that's what I'm doing. I did also decide this before G from Book Roast came out with the idea of the higher callings, which is sort of like your master's programs and things like that at university. So I'm kind of toying with the idea of also on the side doing a higher calling as well. And I'm looking at doing the Arc Librarian higher calling. So for that one, it's just digging into my archivist roots and doing all the things that I love. And the prompt for that one is books that are over 600 pages. So anything that I read during this month that is over 600 pages that I don't need for one of my other callings can count for this. So I think it's doable. And also the idea of the higher callings is that you do them over multiple years. It's not all done at the same time. So I feel a little bit better about myself for that, I guess. So let's move into the subjects and what I plan on reading for them. The first subject up is alchemy, and for that you had to reread a book. For this, I am going to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Obviously, there's big news with the next lot of books coming out starting at the end of this year. So I need to read this series in order to read those ones. I've only ever read the first one in this series, so I look forward to continuing on with it. But yes, I need to get my butt in gear for it. The next subject I need to read is animal studies, and for this it needed to deal with wolves or have a wolf on the cover or in the title or in the, theme. For this, I'm going to read Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is the book 2 in the duology, and I really enjoyed Bride, so I want to continue on and see where that storyline goes. Up next for Artificery, I never know how to pronounce that one. We have to roll a D6 book, and for that, then whatever number we land on is the number in the series that we have to read. So I've got my trusty D6 roller, so which one's roll? Let's give it a go. Okay, thankfully you're allowed to re-roll, I think it was 2 times, because I don't have any series where I'm up to book 6. The best I can do is I can make 5 a stretch, but even then I have to read a 4th book to get there. So let's see. Do I use my second re-roll? Because if I do, the only books I am up to book 5, I still have to read book 4. Alright, we're gonna do it. Hopefully. 5 it is. Okay. Well, I guess then I'm technically reading 2 books, because the one that I'm going to go with, because it's going to be the easiest to smash through 2 of them, is I'm going to read Out of Sight, Out of Time by Ali Carter. This is book number 5 in the Gallagher Girls series, and I cannot for the life of me remember what book 4 is, but I will need to read that one first. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not over 600 pages, so I can't even add it to my higher calling. That's annoying. The next required subject is astronomy. For this, I need to pick a book that is on my top shelf. This can be interpreted in two ways. Either like legitimately like on the top of your TBR shelves or whatever, or just on the top of your TBR pile. Because all of my books are currently, you know, in boxes, I can't really do my top shelf at the moment. But one book that is really high up on my TBR to read is continuing on with the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This is book number 5, but I do need to read book number 4 first. It's just I have this one out from the library already. But if I smash through both of them, this one's over 600 pages, so this can count to my higher calling. But I just find these books so easy to read. The next subject I need to study is demonology. For this, the prompt is to have a house on the cover. I'm taking a little bit of liberties with this one. I'm going to read Avalon Tower by Alex Rivers and C.N. Crawford. There's a tower on it. People live in castles and towers, right? But I've been meaning to read this book for such a long time, and I want to get it on my TBR so that I actually do read it. The next subject I need to study is elemental studies. For this, we needed to have a temperature word in the title. For this, I'm going to read Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. Obviously, heated is a temperature word. I have not read this series. I know this is book 2. Check back in later. We'll get to it. Then there's Inscription. For this, you had to read a book with a day of the week in the title. This was so hard to find. I did not have any books on my TBR that had a day on the week that, like in the title, that I really wanted to read. So I'm going to read Thursday Murder Club. I see this one around a lot, and I do kind of want to watch is it a movie or a show? I can't remember. But yeah, so I'm going to give this a go and see what it's all about. Next up for law, we need to read a dystopian, and this is probably one of my favorites, like my most anticipated going on to this TBR, and that is To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. I cannot wait to read this. I cannot wait to get my hands in it. I'm even debating taking it with me over Easter, but I don't know, I don't like traveling with my books, so I don't know how I feel about it, but I want to read it right now so badly. Do I take it with me? We'll see. Or I just read it in the couple of days before Easter. And then it's already read. Okay, up next we have Restoration. For this, we had to pick 5-star reads from others. So I went through Mel from Eleanor Reads and her 5-star ratings, and I picked out 5 books. So those are Daggermouth by H.M. Wolfe, A Court of Mist and Fury, which is book number 2 in Akatar series by Sarah J. Maas, God's Grave by J. Kristoff, which is book number 2 in the Nevernight series, Queen of Blood by Sarah Beth Durst, and Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And for this one, I think I'm going to go Daggermouth. As much as I really do want to read Project Hail Mary, I need to know what Daggermouth is about because people have been talking about it and I believe it's now been picked up. So I need to know. Then the last subject I need to read is Spells and Incantations, and this is a book from a bestseller list. I'm going to read Game Changer by Rachel Reed, which is book number 1 in, I don't even know what this series is called. I'm going to call it Heated Rivalry series because that's what the TV show is. So that gets me my book 1 and book 2. Then I'm a part of the Archivist, so we do have our guild read book, and for this, what was selected was Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher. I have not read this series by T. Kingfisher. I have read a couple of other T. Kingfishers. I love their writing style and I love their writing. I don't connect with the stories. Like I don't. The 2 that I've read, I just haven't cared about. So I'm hoping that this one has it for me and works for me, and then I will be happy to continue on with the series. So there are 4 other subjects that I don't have to do to complete my degree, whatever you want to call it, but I do have books picked out for them because you do get bonus guild points if you read them. And for the first one, it is Art of Illusion, and for this you had to pick a book with an unusual formatting. For this, I really want to reread Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I absolutely loved this series back when it first came out and I first read it, and I really have been feeling like doing a reread of it. Plus, I never actually listened to the audiobook of it, and I know that the audiobooks actually go into like the music that gets played and everything that's in the books, and I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to experiencing it in a different format as well. Then there is Conjuration. For this, you had to pick a book that is the first enticing book that you see on social media. I'm going to be reading Half City because this is just everywhere. I need to read it. I am on the wait list for my library to get it in. It's saying 2 weeks, so it should come in within the month of April, so fingers crossed. Then there's Psionics and Divination. For this, you had to read a book with the word time in the title. I'm going to be reading First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I read Lovelight Farm last month, well, this month, whatever, in March, and really enjoyed it. So looking forward to getting into this one. Okay, and then the last subject is shape-shifting. For this, you had to flip a coin. If it's heads, you had to pick a book that's under 400 pages. If it's tails, it's over. So let's flip this coin. I think it's heads. Heads. So I need a book that is under 400 pages. Alright. For this, I'm going to read Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This is like 390. It's very close to 400, but it's still under according to Storygraph, so it counts. And, sorry, this is by Bryn Weaver. It is book number 2 in the Butchers series. The first book being Butcher and Blackbird, which I had an enjoyable time reading and want to keep going with the series. So those are all the books that I plan on reading for Orilium Spring Equinox Spring Semester. As I said, I am considering doing the Higher Calling as well, so if I do read any books that are over 600 pages, they will count towards that, and I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait to get started. Let me know if you're doing Orilium, what you're studying, what subjects you're doing, and if you're reading any of these books as well. And if you just want to let me know that you are here but don't really want to comment anything, leave me I don't know, a wizard's hat or the magic orb, something magical, and I will see you all next time. Bye!